Hello there and welcome back to the awesome steampunk dock area, which I'm going to be adding to later on with this amazing new factory build. Let me know in the comments what you think this factory is going to be for and hit that like button, and whilst you do, I'm going to add a courtyard to our existing build. Now that's done, I think that finishes off this side of the base beautifully, and yeah, it's mainly just got some slime there, which is obviously lit from underneath as well, and some of the waste products from the big furnace in here, just to fill things up, with this nice fence going around as well. So I really like the fence design, it just carries on from the walls here. And of course, as it is a wool factory, we've got wool of some of the colours outside. I didn't want to overdo it and put all the colours in, so I've just picked a few of the colours. And actually in here, whilst I've been doing that, I've also been doing some AFKing in here, and most of these have now got a significant supply of wool. However, there are a couple of lazy sheep, so this one here, and worst of all, these two seem to not be producing anywhere near as much wool as the others. I haven't got a clue why. If anybody does know why, let me know in the comments so I can fix it. But yeah, the rest of them are all doing good work, so I think these are maybe just some lazy sheep. Next on the agenda, I need a solution, because this is going to be quite a large steampunk area. So this is going to go right the way across the mesa. There's a lovely hill that we've got in behind this factory, and there's a great area in that space as well that I want to build in. So this is going to be quite a lot of steampunk builds, and one of the key blocks for steampunk builds, as we can see from the fish here, is copper. And I used most of my reserves, because these blocks here, particularly just the main copper blocks, super expensive. So I used most of my reserves building this, and the remainder of it building various bits within this factory, and we're going to need a good supply of this going forward. Luckily, Ianxofour has come to our rescue with a brand new copper farm using zombie reinforcements. So I'm going to collect some resources, and then the perfect place to build that is in the end, which we unlocked as well. So I'm going to head through the portal, get to the end, and then start the build, which is mainly going to be flattening out some ground so there's spawning spaces, and then putting together the copper farm itself. The really simple farm build is now done, and I'm back at the base because I need, first of all, these things, the name tags, to get some zombies to actually stock the farm. These zombies then turn into drowned, and the drowned drop the copper, which is awesome. I also need a couple of special swords. One that's just got sweeping edge and has got unbreaking on it and looting to actually get the ingots, and one of them which is going to need to be there to kill the zombies, so that needs sharpness 5 and sweeping edge to actually apply the killing. So yeah, I've got to now get some swords from this guy, a couple of swords, 1, 2, unenchant these and get some books and put these swords together. With those made, I headed back to the stronghold so I could wrangle up a couple of zombies to take to the end. With a little bit of swiping, the farm is now loaded, and now I need to plonk down some water and get an AFK session going so that I can get some copper. And when this thing gets going, it is crazy like you would not believe. As you can see by the absolutely ridiculous levels that I've got, I've been doing a fair bit of AFKing here, and this is now ready for me to come back to at any point. These guys are pretty much carrying and holding stuff. They don't add to the mob cap or anything. So anytime I want to come back and get some more copper, I can come back and do some more AFKing. You can't AFK completely yet because I haven't got a regen beacon, and because you're swinging your sword, you do use up a little bit of your health, your food, so you do need to keep eating. But the results speak for themselves. I've now got 3 chests worth of copper ingots, a little bit more as well that I'm just going to leave there ready for next time, but I'm going to turn these into some of the blocks and take these back, and that should be everything I need for now, knowing full well if I do need more, it's only a quick trip over to the end to get this thing going again. Back at the village area, the first load of copper is now laid out and aging, so I have some more AFKing to do now to wait for this stuff to all oxidize and then pick it up and set out the next load. So yeah, I died, as you can see by my levels having gone down significantly. I starved to death in the farm because I didn't come back soon enough and hadn't eaten and just starved from all the swiping. So I've now set myself up a regeneration beacon here because it is very much needed, mainly because it was a complete nightmare to get my stuff back. I came back, this place was teeming with zombie reinforcements. There were so many that as soon as you hit any, more zombie reinforcements came due to the nature of the farm, and I just couldn't get inside here before I got absolutely swamped. So I came back a second time, this time with armor and food and stuff, Still got absolutely wrecked. Third time was the charm. I came back with golden apples. I came back with potions of regeneration, speed, strength, you name it. I had it. And just about, even then, I only just managed to make it inside here because of all the baby zombies. So lesson learned, regeneration beacon up. And now to try and get some of these levels back and some more copper. Many levels later, whilst all the copper has been aging away, I've been doing a bit of AFKing, but I've also been collecting up a whole bunch of the woods. So I've now got loads ready for the next build, including the warped stem and the crimson stem. Now these took a lot longer, but they were helped significantly by a couple of simple little farms that I put together. So first of all, we have the farms here, which are just a 3x3 of the different nylium types, and you can then just bone meal the middle, pick up all the items including your fungus, and you then bring them over here. This is basically just a big area of hoppers with a bit of nylium in here. You plant your mushroom, you then bone meal it up, immediately take out the bottom two just so that it doesn't turn this, and then no matter how tall it is, you can head up, because with the scaffolding here, the leaves won't replace the scaffolding blocks, so you can always make it right the way up to the top, and then simply using a hoe, take out all of the nice blocks around here, most of which you can then just compost down to give yourself loads more bone meal, and then just, chop your way down through the tree, and anything that drops will then fall onto the hoppers beneath, mostly anyway. This tree's really tall, so it has dropped a bit further. This is a great way to actually get hold of the wood. There's probably a better way that you can do this with loads and loads of scaffolding all the way round, so that the actual leaves don't grow up at all, but this has been doing me pretty well. I've got a whole bunch more stuff that I've picked up. So yeah, this is all good. I've got to farm these and place another lot, but now I need to head out and get prepared because I want to take on an ocean monument. But before I take on the ocean monument, there's two things I'm going to do. First thing is go out and try and get myself a trident. And the first step towards doing this is some pufferfish. Has anybody ever thought how a pufferfish head looks a little bit like Peter Griffin? Anyway, I've been out and I've now got some resources to make some water breathing potions. And the next thing that I'm going to do before that is create myself a little axolotl farm so that I can get myself some little friends to help me when I do take on the ocean monument. And then whilst those guys are breeding and growing up, I can go and get that trident. Here I've set up my really simple axolotl breeding pool, and as you can see from these guys swimming around, I've already bred one up, and here let's see if I can breed some more. Which ones haven't been fed? There's one. And any more that haven't been fed? Oh, no, I need to get this guy before he gets eaten. There we go, because they will kill him otherwise. So hopefully these guys will do some breeding. They're doing a little dance, and we've got some baby axolotls going around. So what I'll do is I'll get some more tropical fish and probably breed these guys up once more, and then that'll give me a nice army to take to the ocean monument. I tried searching the ocean for ruins and drowns wielding tridents, but had absolutely no luck. After a couple of hours doing that, I decided that it would be much easier to build a simple trident farm. So I did. So the farm's now done, and I needed to make some tweaks. Namely, I needed to fix where we have the turret legs in here, and I needed to lower the AFK platform. So basically it's a big block of flowing water that comes down and drops the drown through onto this platform. They walk to either one of the turret legs and then just get washed down here, ready to be swiped at with a looting sword. And this one happens to have smite on as well. And although it's not the fastest farm in the world, it has very much done the trick. And from this, I've managed to get myself 4 tridents. So the key thing now will be to fix some of these up and get these back, get some books so that I can get impaling and also loyalty on one of them. And then we'll be ready to take on that ocean monument. Back at the village, I've got myself a new librarian so I can get myself impaling 5, and I've cured him up and unlocked all of his trades. I did find that I had loyalty on one of these guys already, loyalty 2, so I combined some of those, which means that I've now got all the books, loyalty, impaling, mending and unbreaking, for what I want this initial trident to be. And I've also put together a box of goodies, night vision and water breathing here, so that I can go over and take on the ocean monument that we found over there. The only other thing that I need to do is bucket up a whole bunch of my axolotl army. So here's the ocean monument we're going to be taking, and it is only about 400 or 500 blocks from the village over this way, so not far to travel at all. Next, I am going to put on my armor because, yeah, going in with an elytra is a little bit risky. Take my water breathing and break into the top to take out the Guardian before taking the two in the wings. All being well, it shouldn't take too long. And it didn't. In fact, it was so quick that I didn't even have a chance to release my axolotl army until I killed the Elder Guardians and was exploring the ocean monument looking for a sponge room. Sadly, there wasn't one, so I went out and found another ocean monument and raided that too. Back at the village now, and here's the loot that we got. So most importantly, we got loads of dark prismarine because this is really expensive. We also got the wet sponges and a whole bunch of the other blocks, including loads of sea lanterns as well, and this gold. So really pleased with how that's gone. And now I am going to make this farm, some crafting later. Everything that I need for this build is now in these shulker boxes, including a whole bunch of invisibility potions so the Guardians won't be able to see me. And for the water breathing, I've got a conduit that I can set up with some of the blocks that I picked up from raiding these ocean monuments. So the farm I'll build is a logical Geek Boy design, which I'll pop in the description. Now it's time to head over there and start a bit of a time lapse. I've been AFK for about 20 minutes up on the platform, and as you might notice by the levels, when I was setting this platform up, I had a little bit of an accident. I thought I had my elytra on, but I didn't, and I plummeted to my death. But luckily, there's a lovely big platform here to catch all my stuff, so I got it back really easily. However, yeah, 20 minutes or so here, and we have got loads and loads of stuff. I made a slight adjustment to the design to lower the spawning platform of the soul sand by a block, and lower the AFK platform by a block as well. And yeah, we've got loads of stuff coming through, so I'm really happy with how this is going. I'll come back to AFK again later, but I'm going to collect this stuff up, take it back to the base, and then go to the copper farm to try and get some levels back.
A few moments later.
Now, after a full night of AFK, let's see what we've got. I must admit, I have already been down here just to clear out all of the fish, because you get a lot of it, and I'll have to add in a filter at some point. But if we head down, whoop, like this, we can see that the whole thing, apart from the gaps from the fish, is just absolutely full. It was completely overflowing when I got down here before. Some of the fish are filtering back in, but loads and loads of stuff. So one of my favorite things with this farm is the fact that you also get quite a lot of ink sacs. So making dark prismarine, which was historically a nightmare, is much easier. Really, really love it. Props to Logical Geek Boy with the link in the description if you want to make this yourself.
2 hours later.
Well, that crafting took me far longer than I expected. However, the output from this farm has been incredible. So we've got an entire shulker box full of dark prismarine, one of sea lanterns, and one of prismarine bricks. So that has given me loads of resources to take back to the base. But that's not all. We've also got more than a chest more of the dark prismarine, an entire double chest of sea lanterns. I don't think I'm going to need any other lighting ever again. And then also nearly another chest of prismarine bricks with a double chest of regular prismarine. So that wasn't even everything that was in here. We've still got loads of the crystals for more sea lanterns. I think that will do me for quite some time. Now to take this back to the base and start getting ready for the next build. I'm back over at the steampunk area now, and I've laid out all of my resources. I've been doing some resource gathering. Obviously I got the wood earlier, but I've added to that a whole bunch of stone because we're going to need to extend the dock area, and loads of deep slate for the new build as well, alongside bricks and various other things. But that is going to be the next thing, setting up a beacon, moving all of these maps. I definitely need a more permanent place for these, and clearing this area so that I can build the extension for the dock. And now the dock is extended, so we've got some more stuff over here that is on the dock here. We've got another one of these giant crates. I think that this balances out the other wing that we've got on this side and gives us loads and loads of scope to expand further this way. There's a huge space that we've got that's going to be taken up by the build. And here we've extended the canal going across and down as well. So I want to take this canal right the way through the whole steampunk area, which means I'm going to have to get rid of this at some point soon. I've left this area as well. There's going to be something coming in here that's connected to the build. But yeah, really pleased how this is going. And I've created just this little thingy of floating barrels where you can jump across the water if you want. That's just a little bit of interest and a bit of fun. I've also put all of the materials together and crafted crafted up everything, which took longer than I'd care to tell you. And there's quite a lot of materials going into this build. Next, I'm going to sleep and then kick off another time lapse. And after many hours building and decorating, the next factory is done. And I'm really pleased with how this one's turned out. The theme is clearly a little bit different from this. This one's mainly about the pipes. We've got these 3 absolutely massive pipes pumping various different liquids into the building. Got the magma, we've got the amethyst, and of course the slime being pumped in. I just love how these completely overshadow this little section down here and just show you the scale of this build. But I love the contrast of these 3 colors as well. What we've also got down here is a little doorway that takes us into our section that runs through to the ocean. And yeah, this will mean that if I do connect up something down here, we can get in and out easily. But to the main event, as we head up here, this building, which, like I said, really pleased how this has turned out. Loving the color scheme with the end stone bricks and bricks just complementing what is actually some rooted dirt in there as one of the colors. So rooted dirt, jungle, and some of the granite alongside the stone. And this is going to be a special entrance because this is going to be the exit from the dock to the main area of the steampunk place. So we can carry on the dock around here with some more buildings and some more areas of the wharf. But this is going to then connect up to the main road network and the other buildings that are going to populate our steampunk area. As you can see, we've got some deliveries. This one carrying some slime with these late Victorian Georgian style vehicles, but with a steampunk twist, and this one with the pipes going around it. I'll show you that one a bit later. But this here is the main crux of the building. We've got these 2 huge boilers on the front pumping some of their steam into the rest of the building alongside these liquids coming through these giant pipes. And the first thing with these liquids, the amethyst here, goes into power our nether portal, which I've moved from over there, which was rather unsightly, and it comes through into this big tank, and there is processed to take it 2 different ways. One through into the nether portal, the other way through here to the main aim of this building, which is a smeltery. So we will see here, I have built myself a super smelter. This is a 16 furnace array, so we can see some of the furnaces, but I've used some bubble columns in front of the furnaces just to add a bit of depth with some lighting. And then as we come around here, another bit of machinery processing some of the steam here on the edge. And then here we've got the main section to this, but here we can actually stock up this minecart, and this will then give us the items to smelt, and everything gets deposited in this chest here. Obviously there's nothing in there quite yet, so this is the main thing, the main smeltery, and obviously there's the machine. This is, again, I wanted a very crowded feel in here. We've got this stairway that comes up, and as you go up the stairs you can see pumping the amethyst into the top of this machine. But then we've got an upstairs as well, so we've got some slime sitting around some of these boxes. And then we've got this, which is going to the chimney, has got another boiler type thing, and this one is being powered by the slime that's coming in the top. And this isn't just for show as well. If we come around the back here, we have a second smelter. So this one is using some blast furnaces. But no, we're not done. We've got that one, which looks really cool and feeds up to the chimney itself. But over here, if we step back, we have got a third machine that is dealing with the magma that's coming through. So this magma gives a lovely glowing effect here. Around all of the sides, again, we've got various different pipes going to the machines, and these go around to the outside of the build as well. So we've got the magma, and this is basically just a big tank. From the outside, it looks like it contains just the magma, but if we head down here, you can see we've got a chest, and if we come down here, this is our smoke array. I wanted to have all 3 of the different types of smelting in this one building, just so everything was here, but functional as well as looking good. So it's not just for the decoration here, it's all about the functionality. Really pleased with how this went. Anybody who put that this was going to be a super smelter in the comments, well done, you got it absolutely spot on. Let me know in the comments again what you'd like to see the functionality being for the buildings for the next episode. I've already got some ideas, but yeah, I'd love to hear in the comments. Also, leave a like and let me know if you've enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all next time as the sun sets on ADcraft.